The 09 of Connor Cleveland. And shotgun on the field, the 15B for Brianna Ladasur. 10 machines set to run. Dave Farney checks them out as they work through turn number 4 down the front stretch of the green. Flag is out. McClatchy leads the field up into turn number 1. Rico Hernandez runs in second. Moise Paget trying to dig down low to pick up a spot, but he's boxed by the 18 of Chris Kaye. Everybody's chasing the 70 of McClatchy. The 7 of Cody Aubin runs in second. Johnny Scarborough works the outside. He's running in that 4 spot. Here comes Kaye trying to take it away down low. They work along the front stretch to turn number 1. Kaye trying to get underneath the 61. Contact going into turn number 2 as the 61 of Scarborough drifted up the track into the 2 of Rico Hernandez. Those 2 cars collected. And Moise Paget as they work down the backstretch, making their way to turn number 3. Slow pace set by McClatchy. Aubin ready to go on the outside. McClatchy punches it now as they work through turn number 4 down the front stretch of the green. Flag is out. Cody Aubin getting a push down the front stretch from Connor Cleveland. Aubin working the outside. McClatchy coming back on the inside. Cleveland thinking a 3-wide move off 2. Now slides back down in front of Chris Kaye. He's going to move to the inside of Aubin or try to get there in turn number 3. Aubin still fighting on that outside line as they continue to chase down the 70 of Jason McClatchy. McClatchy shows the way. Aubin runs in second. Cleveland running in third. Problems for Aubin over in turn number 2 as he pushes up the track. Here comes Adam Pearson in the 15. Pearson moves underneath. He's going to get to the 3rd spot as he hustles underneath the 7 of Cody Aubin. Leader is Jason McClatchy in the 70. McClatchy leading by 3 car lengths at the line. It's the 09 of Connor Cleveland running in second. The 15 of Adam Pearson runs in third. Pearson trying to chase down Cleveland in the 09. Then a gap back to Cody Aubin in the number 7. Gabriel Sear rounds out the top 5. Top 6 cars qualify for handicap, and it's the 09 of Cleveland making a bid for the lead now. Cleveland on the inside. McClatchy on the outside of the 70. He's going back to the 2nd spot, and here comes Connor Cleveland to the lead. Cleveland shows the way in the Cleveland Brothers landscape. 09. Second is the 70 of Jason McClatchy. He is high in turn number 2, and here comes the 15 of Adam Pearson going to the 2nd spot. Pearson moves to 2nd. He is charging towards the front. Here comes the field off of turn number 4 with 2 to go in qualifier number 1. Connor Cleveland in the 09, pull it away from Adam Pearson in the 15. Then a gap back to the 70 of Jason McClatchy. Gabriel Sear in the 94 runs in 4th. 5th is Moise Paget, 3-time winner in 2017. And right now holding down that 6th and final qualifying spot is the 18 of Chris Kaye with a white flag on the field. White flag displayed, and it's Connor Cleveland leading by 15 car lengths. Adam Pearson running comfortably in the 2nd spot. Here comes your winner through turns 3 and 4. Cody Aubin has spun over in turn number 2. The field comes along the front stretch, and the yellow flag is displayed. Running on the outside of row number 3. It'll be Cleveland and Pearson on the restart. A dash for the win in this first qualifier for the Fidelis Care Sportsman. Here comes the field through turn number 4 down the front stretch. Green flag is out. And it's a good start for Cleveland in the 09. Connor Cleveland in the 09 pulling away through 1 and 2. 2 car lengths the advantage over Adam Pearson, who will try to go with him down the backstretch. Gabriel Sear moves to 3rd in the 94. McClatchy back to the 4th spot. Wheel to wheel, they race for position number 5. White flag is out. 1 lap to go for Connor Cleveland. Cleveland with a 5 car length advantage. Pearson continues to run 2nd. 3rd is Sear. 4th is McClatchy. 5th is Paget. 6th, it's still the 18 of Kaye. Here comes the field for the final time through 3 and 4. Checkered flag is out. The winner is going to be Connor Cleveland in the 09. 2nd to the 15 of Adam Pearson. 3rd to Gabriel Sear. 4th to the 70 of Jason McClatchy. 5th goes to 3rd, who is from Akwesasne. And on the outside, in the number 1 from Hogansburg, the Express Gas sponsored machine for Robert Delormier. Final row, first time at Airborne. On board the 42 from Newport, New Hampshire, Joshua Courier. And shotgun in the number 90 from Quebec, it is Danny Gagne. And the Attache Chateauguay machine. Oh, and they box it up over in turns 1 and 2. A couple of cars go around. Tom Jock, the 3rd and 31, as he was spinning, clipped the 90 of Danny Gagne, and that's going to bring out a yellow. That holds throughout the night. We're ready for a restart. Second qualifier for the Fidelis Care Sportsman through turn number 4. Green flag is out. McCoy in the 69C. LaFountain in the 20X. LaFountain working the rim on the outside. Oh, look out. McCoy's going around from the front row. He spins over in turn number 2. Everybody misses him. A couple of drivers had to take evasive action. Jamie Begor went off the top. Adam Gage as well had to go off the top. The Liquor and Wine Warehouse as well. They want to get in on tonight's 50-50 draw. Put your block 50-50 at the Airborne Park Speedway. Ready to run. Green flag is out. Fountain in the 20X. Lonnie Rivers, the R7. Jack Spieshak in the 08 on the inside, trying to grab that second spot away down the backstretch. It is Spieshak with the advantage on the inside. Adam Gage in the 21 trying to follow through on that inside line. Danny Gagne is running pretty well down low, also with a number 90. Although he pushes up off of turn number 4. Right in front of the line of Jamie Begor in the 19. The 42 of Joshua Courier out of New Hampshire. He is running in that 6th spot. Right now, he is in the final qualified position to pick up handicap going into the 25-lap feature event later on tonight for the Fidelis Care Sportsman. The leader is Jamie LaFountain in the 20X. Jack Spieshak in the 08 runs in second. Third, Lonnie Rivers in the R7. Oh, look out. A couple of cars go spinning over through turns 1 and 2. Lonnie Rivers goes for a spin. Adam Gage spins. The 42 of Joshua Courier also spins. And it's going to bring out the yellow flag again. All right, ready for the restart. 2 laps complete. Qualifier number 2 for the Fidelis Care Sportsman. Here they come through turn number 4. Down the front stretch. Green flag is out. Good restart for Jack Spieshak on the outside. He's going way up high in 1 and 2. Begor dives down underneath. Spieshak's going to lose 1, 2, 3 spots. He's going all the way back to 5th. He went way up high in turns 1 and 2, and it cost him 3 spots. LaFountain in the 20X shows the way. Running in second, Danny Gagne in the number 90. Jamie Begor's moved to third in the 19. Gagne looking down low in 1 and 2. LaFountain continues to show the way. Spieshak back to 4th now. He's picked a spot back up. Tom Jock has fallen back to the 5th spot. Holding down the 6th position, Joshua Courier in the 42. And there's a log jam behind the 42 car. Halfway, qualifier number 2. Here comes Gagne for the lead on the inside. Gagne working the berm through 1 and 2. Down low, grabs the lead off of 2 down the backstretch. Danny Gagne, first time running at Airborne. He's got the lead by a car length. Running in second, the 20X, the Marcia Holmes machine for Jamie LaFountain. Working in third, Jamie Begor, the driver from Moores of the 19. Jack Spieshak runs in 4th in the 08. The 42 running in the 5th spot on the outside of 1 and 2. Working up high through the second turn. Lonnie Rivers trying to move to the inside and take that spot away. Rivers going for 5th. They work into turn number 3. Rivers on the inside will go to 5th. Courier wants to get down low and protect that 6th position and deny Adam Gage from moving into the 6th spot. Less than 2 to go now for leader Danny Gagne. The driver out of the province of Quebec with a comfortable lead. He's going to get the white flag this time by. Here comes Gagne off of turn number 4. White flag, 1 lap to go. Jamie LaFountain in the 20X holding down the 2nd spot. Begor running in the 3rd position with a 19. Jack Spieshak is 4th. But everybody chasing Danny Gagne, a strong runner up at the Autodrome Granby. Here comes Gagne off of turn number 4. Checkered flag is out. He gets the win in qualifier number 2. Finishing in 2nd, Jamie LaFountain. Race for 3rd. Begor hangs on for 3rd. 4th will be Jack Spieshak. 5th is Lonnie Rivers. 6th is Joshua Courier in the 42. 7th will be Adam from Hogansburg. On the outside, 1 win at Airborne this year. Joey Scarborough from Brandon, Vermont. And the Greg's Tire sponsored 38. Next up on the grid, first time at Airborne in the 2L from Saratoga Springs. Napa Auto Parts machine for Jack Lehner. Starting outside Lehner in the 21X. That's Marty Kelly the 3rd. He's from Jasbury, Vermont. Shotgun on the field from Plattsburgh. It's Neil Provost. Green flag is out with Provost added to the field. That's 31 total Fidelis Care Sportsman machines in competition tonight. And out front, it's Bucko Branham. Branham showing the way through turn number 4. Down the front stretch, he will lead lap number 1. Nick Haywood in the Labatt Blue Casella sponsored 29, digging down low to the inside of Billy Cook. Cook shoots up the track in turn number 2. Haywood powers underneath, and they're 3 wide working down the backstretch. Trying to move through Ricky Thompson. Thompson on the inside in that number 1 machine, digging underneath the 30 of Zach Daniels. He'll move to 4th. Running in 3rd, Billy Cook in the M70. Thompson trying to chase him down. Mike Stacy also on the move. Oh, Nick Haywood spins. Haywood in the 29, 5-time defending track champion, 1 win in 2017. He spins all by himself over in turn number 2, and that's going to bring out the yellow flag. And then the 30 for Zach Daniels. Zach is from Plattsburgh. Then the 74 of Neil Provost. And Nick Haywood shotgun on the field as Joey Scarborough quickly making his way back out on track. Green flag is out. 20 of Bucko Branham leads the field through turns 1 and 2 and down the backstretch. 4 wide over at turn number 2. Good move by Jack Lehner. He picks up a couple of spots as he looks to get to the 5th spot. Out front it is Bucko Branham, leading by about 12 car lengths, trying to move through to the inside to grab second, and Thompson couldn't find much bite on that inside line. Billy Cook is able to hold him off. Here is Thompson again as he works to the inside off of turn number 2. He'll go to second. Mike Stacy will follow him through. Billy Cook goes back to the 4th spot. Jack Lehner running in the 5th position. Top 6 cars will pick up handicap going forward to the 25-lap feature event. We have a spin over in turn number 1 off the top of the track. Joey Scarborough in the 38. Scarborough goes for a ride off the top of turn number 1. And it's Neil Provost in the 74 and the 38 of Joey Scarborough. 4 laps complete, 3rd and final qualifier for the Fidelis Care Sportsman. On the hammer through turn 4, down the front stretch to the green flag. Branham in the 20, working down low, now moves up towards the top of turn number 2 as he powers off 2 down the backstretch. In that 2nd spot is Thompson in the 1R. Mike Stacy has moved to 3rd in the 23. Jack Lehner up to the 4th spot now in the number 2. Running in 5th, it is Zach Daniels in the 30. Billy Cook running 6th in the M70. Top 6 machines qualify for handicap. There goes the 29 of Nick Haywood around on the outside. Haywood will go to the 6th spot. Joey Scarborough challenging for that position now. Scarborough trying to dig to get to the inside of the 29 at turns 3 and 4. Haywood slams the door with 2 laps to go for Bucko Branham. 2 to go for Branham in the after hours imaging number 20. Branham with a 3 car length advantage over Ricky Thompson as they work down the backstretch into turns 3 and 4. White flag will be displayed this time. Here comes Branham off of turn number 4. We got a spin over in turn 2, so it's going to be a yellow flag. Branham and Thompson on the front row. It'll be a dash to the checkered flag as Branham sets the pace. Here they come through turn number 4, down the front stretch. Green flag is out. Little contact working into turns 1 and 2. They're 3 wide. Zach Daniels digging down low on the inside. Look at Nick Haywood work the rim. Mike Stacy trying to muscle his way through on the inside. Stacy's going to go to second. No, fighting back is Thompson in the 1. White flag is out. They're all chasing Bucko Branham. He's safe out front. They're mixing it up for spots 2, 3, 4, and 5. Thompson holding on to the 2nd spot. Haywood continues to work the rim over in the top of turn number 2, running in that 4th position. Here comes Scarborough, 3 wide, middle of the backstretch. He'll dig down low to get into the 5th spot. Checkered flag is out. The winner, qualifier number 3, Plattsburgh's Bucko Branham. 2nd is Thompson, 3rd is Stacy, 4th Haywood, 5th is Scarborough, and at the line it was close.
On these top 6 will qualify. Top 4 will go to the redraw. 4-hour, 100-lap main event brought to us by Northline Utilities. Here we go. Green is out off of turn number 4. And the VP Racing Fuels making PowerPoint. And the field works into turn 1 for the first time. And it's Brett Hurd from the pole position. He'll have the advantage off of corner number 2. But Tim Fuller looks down on the inside into turns number 3 and 4 for the first time here in heat race number 1. Hearn ducks low. Fuller pulls right up next to him off of corner number 4. Brett Hurd leads the way. So it's Hearn, Tim Fuller, your top 2 in turn 1 and 2. Then it's going to be Flack in the 43 battling with the 98H of Jimmy Phelps as they exit turn 2. And as I say, that race for the lead into turn 3. Tim Fuller rockets underneath Brett Hurn, and new leader off the number 4 corner. It's going to be Tim Fuller. So Fuller now with the advantage. That puts Hurn back to spot number 2. And then you've got the 43 of Flack still riding 3rd. Now Scalata to the inside of Jimmy Phelps. Phelps bobbles, gets up to the high side, and here comes Danny Johnson closing on him. So right now, Jimmy Phelps rides back in position number 5 in this one. He is on the outside of the redraw looking in as they swing it off the number 4 corner. 2 car lengths back of the 8 of Scalata, who rides in 4th. At the front, your leader continues to be the 19 of Tim Fuller. He's got about 5 car lengths over Brett Hurn, and now we've got a car spinning in turn number 2. That is the 1NY of Grady Atkins, and caution lights will come on. So caution lights are out. That puts Hearn outside of him. Then he'll have Flack and Scalata, row 2. Here we go. Looking for green. We got it. We're racing one more time off that number 4 corner, and Tim Fuller back on the throttle. Down the home stretch, Fuller and Flack bury it down on the bottom of the speedway. Brett Hurn up through the middle. 3 wide battle for the 4 spot right now as Jimmy Phelps Scalata and Danny Johnson went to battle, and it's going to be Phelps with gaining the edge so far. And as they work it off at turn number 4, Phelps is in fourth here at the halfway point. So 4 in, 4 to go. It's Tim Fuller out in front, but Brett Hearn lurking back there in spot number 2, with Flack right now riding third. Jimmy Phelps all by his lonesome back in position number 4. Then he'll have Scalata and Danny Johnson. Those 6 drivers right now have locked themselves into the show if they can finish where they're running here, as laps begin to click away here in heat race number 1. So Tim Fuller continues to show the way as he works the bottom, then off through the middle groove of turn number 2. And again, you can see Brett Hearn riding back in position number 2. He's moving around and searching around, trying to find the fast lane around Airborne here. Off the number 4 corner, parallel flags are in the air. So 6 in, 2 to go. It is all Tim Fuller. Hearn works the cushion this time through 1 and 2, but it's going to allow Fuller to pull away as they work down the backstretch. Through corners number 3 and 4. Hearn drifts up, slides up, he'll catch the cushion. Fuller way down low off the turn. White is out, 1 to go. So Tim Fuller looking to go from the outside of the front row to the win here in heat race number 1. He works off at turn number 2. Hearn's still back there lurking, watching, but nothing he can do. Final time through turns number 3 and 4. Checkered is in the air, and winning heat race number 1 will be Tim Fuller. Second goes to Brett Hearn. Third to Keith Flack. Fourth will go to Jimmy Phelps, and fifth to the 8 of Scalata. Then it will be the number 22D of Danny Johnson. And you'll have the DNS for this one, and the 60-cent X machine. As you remember, he had some issues during his hot lap effort. Made it out for qualifying, but not here to take the lead in this one. So green lights come on as we got another 8 laps on the agenda here as Billy Decker, the Franklin Flyer, works off of turn number 2 on the bottom. He'll have the advantage. Good race for third. Already picking up between Pat Ward and Mark Johnson. Mark Johnson tiptoe slides up, works the high side of the speedway, and here comes Larry White to the inside. And Larry White, at least for the moment, got spot number 4 away from him. So Johnson had himself a redraw position, but lost it, and now he's going to lose another spot as here comes Frank Cozy down low. Cozy working over Mark Johnson on the backstretch. That's the battle for position number 5. Larry White, why not? He'll rim ride it through turns 3 and 4. Off the turn, front stretch they come. Larry White going to have spot number 4. Johnson still there for 5th. Cozy 6th, back to the front. Billy Decker quickly pulling away from the 6-8 of Max McLaughlin as they race for spots number 1 and 2, and it's about 10 car lengths between them as Decker swings off at turn number 4 and comes down to the stretch to complete lap number 3. So 3 and 5 to go with Billy Decker with the advantage. Max McLaughlin riding in position number 2. Third right now will be the 42P of Pat Ward with the 99L of Larry White back there in position number 4. Remember, 4 cars to the redraw here out of each of our 3 big block modified qualifying events, and so far 4 drivers equal distant apart at the front of this one, and Mark Johnson solidly back there in spot number 5, searching, looking for something to catch those top 4, but so far it is all for naught as he has not been able to find the right lane. So Billy Decker swinging it off the turn. He'll have 5 laps complete here as he comes to the line, and Decker keeping his pace trucking, number 91 right tight down to the bottom of the speedway. And as they work down the backstretch, McLaughlin does the same as they get into turn number 3. So your top 2 really pounding the bottom lane around this speedway. Now Larry White closing in on teammate Pat Ward. Off of quarter number 4, 2 car lengths there as they see parallel flags. So with 2 laps remaining, Larry White gaining on Pat Ward as he looks for one more spot towards the front down the backstretch. Pat Ward, Larry White battle for spot number 3. Off of 4 though, your leader, white flag for the 91 of Billy Decker. Decker works turns 1 and 2, and he is checking out as he works down the backstretch into corners number 3 and 4. Final time, he tiptoes off the bottom of corner number 4. Checkered is out, winning heat 2, the 91 of Billy Decker. Second will go the 6-8 of Max McLaughlin. Third, the 42P of Pat Ward. Fourth to the 99L of White. It'll be the 3J of Mark Johnson and the 35 of Frank Cozy. 91NY of Travis Bruno scheduled to start at the back. He also did not make the call. So here we go. Green is out on another 8-lap qualifier here for the Super Dirt Car Series. Big block modifieds as we work through turns number 1 and 2 for the first time. Steve Bernard getting racy up on the top side. He'll power by Chris Raby on the backstretch. So right now, Steve Bernard has taken over the number 1 spot, but here comes Raby back at him down low, side by side, to the line to complete lap number 1, and will be Bernard, your leader. Steve Bernard, he'll power it up on the top side through turns 1 and 2 again, and this time, just like the last, Raby looks to the inside down the backstretch, can't get it done, and we've got one spun and stopped in turn number 2. That's Jan Boussier. So Boussier, problems in the racing stock, the 21 of Jan Boussier. So there's your lineup as we look to come back to green. Steve Bernard on the loud pedal at the VP Fuels, making top side. Rabi tried to hang with him and almost missed the bottom, and that allows Mike Maresca a look to the inside. And Mike Maresca on the backstretch, power move in the 7M. He'll shoot around the 01 of Chris Rabi as they swing it off at turn number 4. Now Mike Maresca grabs spot number 2. So out in front, Steve Bernard. Maresca now into the 2 spot. Rabi, though, looks back down low off of turn number 2, side by side for the moment. But Maresca, the big block ponies under the hood, able to pull away down the backstretch as they work to 3. Off of 4, Steve Bernard, your race leader here on lap number 3. But Maresca intel. Maresca works through the middle. Rabi still watching back there from position number 3. And Woodruff right now in the final car into the redraw. Then it's John Boussier riding in 5th and Brandon Walters in 6th. The Foley 34, he's on the outside looking in as they work to 3. Coming down the home stretch, cross flags from Dave Barney this time as we've got 4 in and 4 to go. And Steve Bernard blew it in there way too hot. He'll get up over the cushion. He's going to lose 1, 2, 3, and nearly 4. We'll call it 4 spots now as Boussier drives on by. So Bernard went from the front to now he is all the way back in position number 5. He's got to regroup and rally. Home stretch we come down into turn number 1. Boussier pedaling it down on the inside. Bernard working it way up on the cushion. And Boussier, he'll get the run down the backstretch. And for now, hold off the 54 Bernard. Bernard, though, comes right back at him on the outside as they work through turns number 3 and 4. Mike Maresca, he's your leader. He'll have parallel flags in the best battle on the Speedway right now for that final redraw spot. As Boussier's got it, but Bernard, this time, he makes the top work and he drives around Boussier and he'll have the advantage on the backstretch. White flag in the air this time for Mike Maresca in car number 7M. He leads us down the home stretch. Chris Rabi still back there in position number 2. Then it will be the 55 of Matt Woodruff as Bernard closes in on him, but time winding down. One more trip they'll have down the backstretch. Your leader already in turn 3. One more time to turn number 4. Checkered is in the air winning. Heat race number 3, the 7M of Mike Maresca. Second will go to Chris Rabi. Third to Matt Woodruff. Fourth will go to Bernard. Fifth, Leon Boussier. And 6th.
And then the 54, a new look. Blacked out is Tyler Irwin in the number 54. All right, ready for a start here in the Mini-Mod Heat Race. 6 laps the distance for the Mini-Mods. Here they come off of turn number 4 down to the line. Green flag is out. Oh, it's a good start for Laporte, but not a good start if you're in positions 2, 3, and 4, or 5. Boy, it certainly got Skiddy through turn number 1, but somehow Dennis Giddings in the 34 was able to work his way through down on the inside of position number 2. And Chris Clark, he just backed off the throttle a little bit. Now he's back on it, and he's working the rim up top, and he's found his way to position number 3 on the outside. Out front, it's Josh Laporte with Dennis Giddings riding down on the bottom, and Chris Clark, he wants a piece of the top of the racetrack. Oh, look out, Eugene. Eugene sideways in 1 and 2, and he's going to try and keep it fired down on the inside. He does. All right. So Devins keeps it rolling in the 66 down on the inside. We'll stay under green. Meanwhile, Chris Clark in the 14, he's worked his way by Giddings in the 34 for the second spot. And Clark's number 14 right on the back bumper, and he's knocking on the door of Laporte's 45B. Laporte in the 45B up on top. Chris Clark down on the inside. He's going to take that spot away with ease going into turn number 3 down on the bottom of the racetrack. Both cars push up a little bit in turns 3 and 4, but Laporte's got to get on the binders as he almost jumped up top. And Clark comes through at the halfway point. Dennis Giddings holding on to that third spot, but he's feeling pressure now from Roger Labounty in the number 10. And then it's a couple cars back to the 11 of Michael Whalen in position number 5. And Tyler Irwin with that number 54. He can see them all at the back. This time by, it should be Popsicle Sticks out. 2 laps to go for the 14 of Clark. 2 to go. Rob Clark in the 14, as I mentioned earlier, is perfect on the season. 2 wins in 2 tries. He did not start on opening day in that number 14 machine. But he's looking to go 3 for 3. He's looking for the trifecta tonight. Actually, he missed the first 3 races of the year. First 3 events for the Mini Modifieds. And he's looking to make the next 3 a W for the 14. A white flag is out in the qualifier. Going for a natural hat trick. And here comes Chris Clark through turns 3 and 4. He'll pick up the victory in the only qualifier for the Busch Beer Mini Modified. It'll be Josh Laporte finishing in second. Drag race for third off of turn number 4. It's going to go to Mike Whalen in the 11. Roger Labounty 4th. 5th to Dennis Giddings. 6th, Tyler Irwin.
Looks like 9 cars scheduled. We're going to have 7 of them looking for the green. 10 laps the distance on this one as the field works off at turn number 4. Green lights come on, and here we go. Okay, so we're with the advantage off of turn 4. He'll lead lap number 1. Then Atkins jumps up to spot number 2. Foley now feeling the pressure as they work into turn 1 from C.G. Morey, but Morey shoves the nose on the 14, and here comes Corriveau to the inside. J.F. Corriveau side by side with C.G. Morey down into turn number 3. Morey's going to work it up on the top side of the speedway. Corriveau keeps it down low, and Morey able to hold him off as they complete lap number 2. So 2 in, 6 to go, and Jesse Mueller out in front. Atkins there for spot number 2. Foley right now rides third. Then he'll have Morey in fourth. Corriveau fifth. Billy Whitaker rounds out your top 6. And at minimum 6 cars to transfer into our 100-lap main event here. And off of quarter number 4, battle is on for spot number 5 now. Corriveau's got it. Whitaker in the Whitaker's cars and trucks number 109, trying to work the high side off of turn number 2, but Corriveau too strong down the backstretch. He'll hold them off as they go to 3. Off of 4, cross flags halfway home for Jesse Mueller. So Mueller works through turns number 1 and 2, keeps it right down tight to the inside as he exits quarter number 2, pulling away now from the battle for second between Greg Atkins and the 34 of Foley. Foley tucked down to the inside. Up above him is the 14 of Morey, but Morey gets to the bottom to exit turn number 4 to hold off the Corriveau, number 96. They'll work through turns number 1 and 2. Now we've got one slow here on the front straightaway. That is the 109 of Billy Whitaker. So Whitaker, his problems continue as he is off the pace, and Whitaker over the bank, and he will exit the racing surface. A tough break for the driver out of Central Square, New York, as Billy Whitaker takes the 109 back to the pit area. Field continues on here in our last chance qualifier for the big block modifieds. Off of quarter number 4, white flag in the air for the number 19 of Jesse Mueller. So Mueller 1 to go into turns number 1 and 2. He gets up to the middle of the corner as he'll shake it down off the number 2 turn and run down the backstretch. Straight away the advantage back to Atkins. Final time through turn 3, way up on the cushion off of turn number 4, and picking up the win in our consolation, the 19 of Jesse Mueller. Second will be the 1NY of Greg Atkins. Third to the 34 of Foley. Fourth will go to C.G. Morey. Fifth to the 96 of Corriveau, and sixth to the 91.
Ready for a start here in the Busch Beer Mini Mod feature. 12 laps the distance. Laporte, Clark, the front row. They'll start to get on it in turns 3 and 4. Now they work down the front stretch out of turn number 4, down to the line. Dave Farney looks him over, gives him the green flag. An even start up into turns 1 and 2. Though they push up the racetrack a little bit, and it is the 14 of Clark that will come out with the lead. Perhaps a little bit of moisture still on the surface. That provided for a bit of a slick trip through turns 1 and 2, but this time they work through turns 3 and 4. And look at Tyler Irwin up on top of the racetrack. He is really pushed up high, but Mike Whalen's right there in the back bumper of the 14 of Clark. Clark will stay down on the inside of turns 1 and 2. He'll push up the racetrack a little bit, but Whalen's hooked up. Slingshot. Whalen with a look down to the inside in the number 11, but he couldn't make it stick. Eventually, that 14 of Clark was able to find a little bit of power off of the exit of turn number 2. Sideways is that number 11 of Mike Whalen. Well, he's certainly not making inroads that way towards that top spot. They're currently held by the 14 of Clark. Chris Clark has built a comfortable lead out front, and he continues to build it. You can give credit to Michael Whalen, who's trying to find a quicker way around and try to cut into the disadvantage that is in front of him at this point. But for him, he hasn't found it. It's going the other way instead. Instead of making up ground, he's losing the way. There's the Eugene Devitz. He was checking out the watering hole that's off the top of turns 3 and 4. That's quite a ways off the top of turns 3 and 4. Yeah, and no, it's not that type of watering hole. You never know. All right, out front it is the 14 of Chris Clark, and as we mentioned, he's checked out on that number 11 of Michael Whalen. Whalen still trying to make inroads, but he's got a little bit of a push in the middle of the corner, and that's about costing him a car length and a half to 2 car lengths each lap. Then it's a pretty good gap back to the 45B of Laporte. You notice it hasn't been easy swimming either for that number 14 of Chris Clark through turns 1 and 2. He's had a bit of a struggle through that first and second turn as he's really pushed up the racetrack. I think we had problems with Eugene in the number 66. Clark on that last lap, he was pointed towards the exit ramp going back towards the pits. He's really pushed up the racetrack. Chris Clark
Clark out front in the number 14. The 11 of Mike Whalen runs in second. Running in third is the 45B of Josh Laporte. And it is Tyler Irwin in the 54. Dave Deemore right now in that fifth spot. And Eugene can see him all. If you watch the number 14 of Clark, a little bit better that time through turns 1 and 2. As I think he's eased things a little bit through that first and second turn and maybe tried to get on the brake a little bit to help set that car a little bit better. Turns 3 and 4 seem to be a bit of the same as they were before. Seems to be fairly decent bite over in that third and fourth turn, but that first and second turn that has provided a bit of an issue for certain drivers.
Now he's getting bogged down now behind the slower car. That has allowed Michael Whalen to close in pretty quickly. What had been about a half backstretch disadvantage is down to about 12 car lengths. He works his way around the slower car of Devins, and now Whalen will have to do the same. He's going to look to the inside to try to get through.
Oh, he had to get on binders.
His momentum gets bogged down, and the deficit increases again as the 14 of Clark is back to a half backstretch lead just about over the 11 of Michael Whalen. Whalen had closed to 10 to 12 car lengths, but he has to find a way around the 66.
Oh, he thought about looking high that time in turns 3 and 4, but he's going to have to try and get back down to the inside. It has really been a struggle for that number 11 to find running room. Now he's got it. And he's through it. Now the good news is that this time around, the popsicle sticks will be out. 2 laps to go.
That is good news, because Chris Clark has a full backstretch lead now as he comes off of turn number 4.
And again, if any of the sportsman drivers might be over here on this side, we need them to please report to the garage area, as the sportsman will be run after this mini-mod feature. Uh-oh, there goes Eugene into the infield, into the go-kart track. There were orders before the event to stay off of that go-kart track, but Eugene perhaps did not receive that order. Or he had a little help. One of the two.
What would have been an easy win number
for the Busch Beer mini-mods. All right, ready for restart. Here they come. They get on it now in turn number 4. They work down the front stretch. Green flag is out. Good start down on the inside for Chris Clark in the number 14. Whalen in the number 11. He was real high in turns 1 and 2. And he's going to have to try and use the top of the racetrack. He'll try and work downhill, but now working uphill into turn number 3. It's still the 14 of Clark. This time around, he's going to see the white flag out. 1 lap to go for Chris Clark in the 14. 1 to go. Mike Whalen in the 11. He really slings it into turn number 1, but doesn't quite work for him. Clark in the number 14. And the 11 of Whalen. They'll decide it. Here they come. Off of turn number 4. And the winner, 3 for 3, the 14. Chris Clark. Second, Mike Whalen. Third, Josh Laporte. Fourth, Dave Deemore. And fifth, we'll go to Tyler Irwin in the number.
Clark's climbing out his car, 3 for 3 with a 14, and Robbie's got him.
All right, here is Chris Clark in the number 14. Take a step over here so we get you on camera, Chris. Talk a little bit about the racetrack tonight. Not so much what you guys have been used to, a little bit more slick for you guys. You said it was a heck of a lot of fun to drive this number 14 tonight.
Well, it is a lot more fun. Definitely slick, a little white knuckle, a lot of steering. Had to work for it. But more importantly, we talk the same thing every week. More people need to come out and enjoy this. This is a blast. It's rough. You can't get this anywhere else. $800 car, beat the hell out of it. Bring them out.
3 for 3 this season, 3 tries, 3 wins. That's got to feel good.
Hard work pays off.
Chris, nice job tonight.
Thank you.
That's Chris Clark. He picks up the victory tonight. Brianna's in victory.
Side Cook in the number 21X. That is Marty Kelly III. He's from Shasbury, Vermont. And starting shotgun in the field in the Express Gas number 1 from Hogansburg. That is Robert Delormier. We skipped the 42 of Joshua Courier from Newport, New Hampshire. That's the field. Here they come along the front stretch. Green flag is out. Field works up into 1 and 2. It's the 70 of Jason McClatchy showing the way. Buckle Branham goes to the top. Here comes Lonnie Rivers looking to move to the inside. They're 3 wide down the backstretch. Nick Haywood diving down low. Moise Paget also on the move. Haywood in the back of Paget. 3 wide again right behind Haywood as they race for position. Everybody completes it off of turn number 4. 3 wide. Kaye making contact along the front stretch with Gagne. Gagne muscles through on the inside line. They continue to box it up. Joey Scarborough's in trouble in the 38. Scarborough off the pace. Now back on it. Neil Provost in trouble over in turn number 2.
Boy, the 18 of K appears to really be a miss in this feature, as K started up towards the front, but he's got no power down the straightaway. Watch that car just bog down as he works down the straight, and he is just really creating a logjam behind him. 2 or 3 incidents nearly occurred behind that 18 of K. I wonder if perhaps the sneaker is going down on that number 18, as he's losing power bad, and he is now pulled to the top of turns 3 and 4, and it appears as though he has cut a tire. K and the 18 is parked at top turns 3 and 4. That's going to bring out the yellow flag, much to the dislike of the 70 of McClatchy, who had built up a pretty good advantage.
The top 10.
K will return to the rear of the field. He's back.
Good work by his crew. Got some good guys that work on that number 18 car. They changed the left rear sneaker. He's back out on the track, ready to run again. Here they come down the front stretch. Green flag is out. McClatchy on the inside. Marsha Holmes, 20X, found on the outside, takes the lead off turn number 2. Lonnie Rivers looking to use the outside lane as well as he works the rim, trying to make a move on Bucko Branham. Branham holds serve in the 20. He runs in third. Branham off of turn number 4, looking down low. Meanwhile, trouble for Mike Stacy.
And he lost the wheel.
The 23 of Mike Stacy off the pace. And that's going to bring out another yellow. Yellow flag out again, this time for the 23, the Abdito Vodka machine. Scarborough 38, Joey Scarborough running in 14th. All right, 4 laps complete on our way to 25. Here comes the field. Well, Fountain on it on the inside. That inside line comes to life down the front stretch. Green flag is out. Bucko Branham trying to dig underneath in 1 and 2. Gets it to bite on the inside. Branham's going to go to second. McClatchy back to third. Branham sizing up that outside line now. Closing quickly on Jamie LaFountain. LaFountain shows the way. Branham right on his back bumper. McClatchy running in third. He's feeling pressure now from Zach Daniels in the 30. Daniels trying to get down low. Lonnie Rivers wants inside as well. Jack Spishak is there. Contact going to 1. 3 wide, racing for 5th. Lonnie Rivers makes his way through. Threads the needle to get to the 4th spot. Still racing for the 5th position. Look out, contact going to 3 and 4. Rivers holds on. The 70 McClatchy holds on. Here they come off of turn number 4. The track really tightens up along the front stretch. Spinning out is LaFountain in the lead. LaFountain spins. The race leader goes to the top off of 1 and 2. Bucko Branham now has the lead in the 20. Yellow flag is out. All right, those cars in the top 10, we're ready to run. 6 laps complete. Here is Branham. He's on the hammer early, working it at turn number 4. Green flag is out. Field races off in a 1 and 2. Branham continues to dig down low. 3 wide, racing inside the top 10. They box it up. Haywood got boxed up a little bit behind Rivers. Look at Connor Cleveland go on a move. Cleveland in the 09, digging to the inside. Here comes Haywood back after him on the outside. Leader out front, Bucko Branham, but it's Furious behind him inside the top 10. Haywood to the outside of Connor Cleveland in a 1 and 2. Cleveland down low. Danny Gagne down low. 3 wide off of turn number 2. Cleveland slams the door on Gagne. Pearson's going to look to the outside. Again, they box it up into turns 3 and 4. Showing the way, Bucko Branham, who took it right up to the wall that time off of turn number 4. We got to spin towards the back. Jason Bruno's gone around on the 66. Corey McCoy, the 69C, has gone around. And that brings out the yellow flag yet again. 17 remain as we head to 25. Branham again will set the pace. He wants to go. Here he comes into turn number 4. They work along the front stretch now. The green flag is out. Zach Daniels in the 30, working also down low. Here comes Connor Cleveland digging for the 4th spot. Cleveland in the 09, working to the inside of the 94 of Gabriel Sear. Cleveland to the inside into turn number 3. Connor Cleveland with the advantage. He's going to 4th. Sear back to 5th. Here comes Danny Gagne as well. They touch off turn number 4. Gagne points it straight down the front stretch into turn number 1. He's to the 5th spot. Sear back to 6th. Lonnie Rivers trying to dig to the inside and get that spot away as Nick Haywood runs right behind him. Everybody chasing Bucko Branham out front. Corey McCoy spins over in turn number 2. The yellow flag. Yellow flag out again for the 69C. 13th is Brianna Ladasor. Jamie Bigor is 14th. Adam Gage runs 15th. Those cars inside the top 15, ready to go again. Again, Branham wants to run. Here they come off of turn number 4. Green flag back out. Bucko Branham leads the field into turns 1 and 2. Zach Daniels trying. Oh, Daniels. He bounces races up the track at a 1 and 2. That opens up the inside for Jack Spieshak. He goes to second. Daniels back to third now. Connor Cleveland trying to close in. Danny Gagne in the 50. He's right on his back bumper. Here comes Nick Haywood to the inside. Haywood trying to get to the 6th position as he works off of turn number 4 down the front stretch to the inside of Sear. Haywood goes to 6. Sear back to 7. Here comes Cleveland looking to the inside for third. Can't get that third spot. Could not make it stick. 3 wide running. Here's Cody Aubin to the inside. Aubin trying to get room to the inside of Ricky Thompson. Backwards goes the 38 of Joey Scarborough. He'll lose 2 spots. Out front, Bucko Branham. Lap number 11 goes up on the board. He's increased his lead to 6 car lengths.
Well, it's been good racing mid-pack. A number of cars slicing and dicing for position. Adam Pearson trying to work through in the 15. Another 15 that's moving is Brianna Ladisseur. She's worked through past Bigor in the 19. Now she's working on the number 1 of Delormier. Ladisseur down on the bottom of the racetrack appears to be hooked pretty well down there as she's looking to roll down low. Meanwhile, out front, it is the Professor Bucko Branham, and he is looking to check out. And it is about a 10 car length disadvantage back to the 08 of Jack Spieshak as we're halfway. Running in third is Connor Cleveland in the 09, and it is Danny Gagne running in fourth in that number 90. Zach Daniels perhaps did not like that move that Gagne pulled on the number 30 machine as Daniels used the chrome horn down the front stretch, got into the back bumper, but it is Daniels in the number 30 that rounds out the top 5. Then it is Gabriel Sear in the 94. He runs in 6th. 7th is Nick Haywood. 8th, Lonnie Rivers. 9th is the 15 of Adam Pearson. And 10th is Cody Aubin in the 7th. Then it's Brianna Ladisseur 11th. 12th to the 38 of Joey Scarborough. 11th is Robert Delormier in the 1. Then it's the 21 of Adam Gage. And Jack Lehner right now rounds out the top 15.
10 laps to go for Bucko Branham, looking for his first win of 2017. He's had a whole bunch of disappointment, and he's had a lot of bad luck in the 2017 racing season. Looking to turn it around tonight in front of the biggest crowd of the 2017 racing season at the Airborne Speedway. Last week, while leading the feature event, Branham spun in front of the field. Didn't sustain any significant damage on that machine, and he's got it back pointed in the right direction tonight. And you had to know it would only be a matter of time before he would find his way into victory lane. 17 laps down, now running up on the back of the pack. Traffic may impact the outcome of this one. The 90 of Gagne all over the back of current point leader Connor Cleveland. Gagne wants to get to that third spot. Connor Cleveland continues to hold him off. Everybody chasing Bucko Branham. Half a front stretch lead over the 08 of Jack Spieshak. Branham closing in on the back of the pack. The battle for third has eased a little bit. Connor Cleveland has pulled away now to 3 car lengths over Danny Gagne in the 90. Rounding out the top 5, it is the 29 of Nick Haywood as Gagne runs to the 4th spot. Cleveland running in third. Second is the 08 of Jack Spieshak. The leader, Bucko Branham to the inside of Rico Hernandez. He'll put Hernandez a lap down. Next time by, less than 5 laps to go. There will be 5 laps to go next time around for Bucko Branham. He's going to have to work around the 69C of Corey McCoy. The lead is starting to dissipate now as he's dealing with the slower cars. He's got to go to the top of the racetrack. He's got to find the line through the traffic. He does. Closing in is Spieshak in the 08. Connor Cleveland still holding on to third. 4th is still Gagne in the 90. 5th is Nick Haywood in the 29. Branham's got some running room. It's about 10 car lengths down between himself and the next car that would go a lap down. That's the 21X. Branham works low through 1 and 2 as he works off of 2. Caution. Caution flag is out. Yellow goes out on the track as we've got 2 cars off over on the entrance to both those guys. All these cars running in the top 5 have been very quick. And here they go to settle at 21 laps complete. 4 laps remain. Green flag. Branham in the 20 working down low. Cleveland goes to second. Spieshak's in trouble. He's lost 3 spots. He's going to lose 4 more all the way back to 9th. Oh, a disastrous restart for the 08 of Jack Spieshak. He drifted very high in 1 and 2 all the way back to 9th. And now it's Connor Cleveland. Connor Cleveland on the back bumper of the 20 of Bucko Branham. Branham works a middle line through 1 and 2. Down the backstretch into 3 and 4. Branham holding his position. 2 laps to go. Popsicle sticks are out this time. 2 laps to go for Bucko Branham. Can Branham hold off Connor Cleveland? Danny Gagne is there in the number 90 as well. Through turn number 2. Branham a little bit higher line that time through 1 and 2. Maintains good speed down the backstretch. They go into 3 and 4. Here comes Bucko Branham through turn number 4. White flag is out. 1 lap to go for the Professor Bucko Branham. Branham leads by 5 at the line through turns 1 and 2. Connor Cleveland running in second. Danny Gagne is third. Branham clean through 1 and 2, down the backstretch into 3 and 4. He works it through the low line, now the middle up towards the top off of turn number 4. He's going to win it. Bucko Branham with a win. Second goes to Danny Gagne. Third to Connor Cleveland. Fourth to Nick Haywood. Fifth, Cody Ovid. Sixth to Adam Pearson. Seventh, Joey Scarborough. Eighth to Gabriel Sear. Ninth to Jack Spieshak. And rounding out the top 10, Jack Lehner. Robbie has made his way down trackside. All right, he's climbing out of his car now, everybody. First win of 2017. How about a big round of applause? It's Bucko Branham!
All right, we'll give Bucko a second to take the helmet off. Bucko, come on over here. Come on over here so we can get you on camera. Well, I think the celebration sums up how the season's gone for you. I know it's really been a work in progress all season long. Luck certainly hasn't been on your side, but boy, did you have a good car tonight.
Yeah, my guys worked real hard, and we've been freaking just trying everything and struggling, and I mean, it was an awful struggle. I mean, this stuff is hard to do right here, and my hat's off to all the guys that do it all the time. I wish we could have caught on a little quicker.
Well, I'm sure there isn't a driver in the garage area tonight that has the number of laps that you have at this racetrack. While a good percentage of those are on asphalt. I know you talked about the transition to dirt. It's been a struggle, but boy, it really has to feel amazing that you're finally here and your car was that good tonight. It wasn't like it was a fluke win. You held off two great competitors. Connor Cleveland was right there on the back door knocking, and your car was better tonight.
Great. I mean, last week we had a great car, and I just learned something. I mean, I just can't hold it to the floor all the way around, just like my knucklehead wants to do, and I just spun out. I mean, that's part of the game, and boy, I can't thank everybody enough. Bud Light, AHI Imaging, everybody, Liquor and Wine. Oh yeah, and my old friend Jim LeClaire, who died 2 weeks ago. This is for you, buddy.
Bucko, I know a lot of people are happy to see the 20 here. Great job.
Yeah, and I'd like to say happy birthday to Leon.
All right, that's Bucko Branham. He picks up the victory tonight. First win of 2017. A second place finish for Danny Gagne in the 90, and Connor Cleveland finished.
Turns number 3 and 4. Race fans, they come to you in 4-wide formation. This is a salute to you from the greatest drivers in the nation. These are the heroes, the legends, the best of all time. These are the Super Dirt Car Series Big Block Modifieds. About it here, Airborne Park, as we get ready to go with the Big Block Modified Super Dirt Car Series. 100 laps here tonight in the Northline Utilities 100 here as Matt Woodruff and the number 91 of Billy Decker make up the front row. Everybody else will get doubled up 2 by 2 behind them. Just a couple of housekeeping items to let you know about here how we do things with the Super Dirt Car Series. Laps 1 through 75, caution laps will count. All restarts will be double file in nature. Each caution, there will be one easy pass given out to the driver that is the first car that is 1 lap down. Drivers can enter the pits under caution. They may not lose a lap. And after that, we will go single file with all lap cars falling to the rear after lap number 75, and caution laps will not count. Just in the vicinity. Well, here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Field ready to go racing. This time off of turn number 4 at the VP Race Fuels Making Power Point. And as I like to do each and every week in my home track, I'm going to do it here for the Big Block Modifieds race fans as they go green. I got to ask you, who's it going to be? And the field works down the front stretch into turns number 1 and 2. Initially on the bottom is going to be Matt Woodruff with the advantage up off of turn 2. Billy Deckard falls the line behind 3 wide down the backstretch for spot number 3 as Tim Fuller, the 43 of Flack in the 99L, very white, bringing it off the turn. Left 1, it's going to be Matt Woodruff, your leader.
Matt Woodruff, the local racer from Bloomingdale, about an hour down the road from Plattsburgh, leads the first lap as he powers off of turn number 2. Working on the outside, Keith Flack goes to the third spot. He works the rim off of 2. They shoot down the backstretch off of turn number 4. Here comes Woodruff powering down the front stretch. He's still the leader.
Woodruff leads. Billy Deckard there for a second. Good race right now for the number 4 spot. Tim Fuller going to dive down on the inside. Larry White, he'll work it up on the cushion. Off of corner number 2. Along the backstretch we race as they battle for spot number 4. Into turns 3 and 4. White will follow Flack up on the high side. Fuller down low. They exit the turn. 3 cars right together racing for third.
Flack trying to hold on to that third spot, but working down low is Fuller in the 19. Fuller works the inside line. Flack powers off the top of turn number 2. Wheel to wheel down the backstretch. Advantage to Fuller going to turn number 3. Flack comes back after him on the outside. Again, working the rim up high. As they come off of turn number 4, the battle continues for third. Give it to Flack.
And now Larry White tucks underneath with Tim Fuller going into turn number 1. And Fuller's going to go from third back to spot number 5 now. So at the front, it's Matt Woodruff continuing to show the way. Billy Deckard rides in spot number 2. Keith Flack third. Larry White fourth. Tim Fuller fifth. Pat Ward sixth. Seventh will be Maresca. Eighth to battle now between Chris Raby and Steve Bernard.
Tip of the cap to Woodruff, who continues to show the way out front. As they try to chase him down, Flack drifts up in turn number 2. He'll lose a couple of spots. He'll lose position on the track as he's running in the third spot, holds on to third. But closing in now, Larry White is in the 99L. He's running in the 4th position, trying to chase down the 43 of Flack.
Chris Raby working his way up to the field. Started 9th. He's got him picked off a couple of cars here early. And right now he is battling with Brett Hearn as Hearn gets a run to the outside. Hearn, meanwhile, has got the 98H and Jimmy Phelps all over him. They work down the backstretch. Hearn rockets on by getting into turn 3. Raby, but Raby comes right back at him. Down low, slides up, and he'll have the advantage off of 4.
Meanwhile, out front, Billy Decker's taking the lead over in turn number 2. He'll work to the inside of Matt Woodruff and power down the backstretch. Lap number 7, Deckard takes the lead. He's got a 5-car length advantage over Woodruff. Pulling away now, and here comes Flack around the outside. Flack runs around Woodruff. He goes to second. White to the inside of Woodruff, looking to take the third spot away.
Woodruff had a good rhythm going there, but now bobbles just a little bit. He's going to watch 3 of the best guys go on by here as he's got Billy Deckard, Keith Flack, and Larry White just going underneath him as they work their way off the turn. Deckard continuously now Flack there for second, White third, Woodruff holds fourth, but Tim Fuller right back there on the back bumper as they go to 1.
Fuller chasing him down as they work through turns 1 and 2 down the backstretch. Woodruff holding serve, and he's got a small block in that 55. He's fading back as other cars are starting to chase him down. He works off of turn number 4, still holding his position as everybody is trying to chase down the leaders out front. They're still after the 91 of Billy Deckard.
So Deckard, your leader, and traffic now is going to become a factor here as he works to the bottom of turn number 3, the Bruno number 91 and wide. Right in front of your race leader as he exits turn number 4. So Deckard will look down low on him. Black and White still in position number 2 and 3. And now Tim Fuller looks to the outside of Woodruff as they go into 1. But right there with him, here comes the 42B of Pat Ward.
Pat Ward trying to close in that battle for position. 3 cars fighting for the position on track. Woodruff continues to work the inside. 1 car working around on the outside. Ward's going to follow him around the outside as Woodruff continues to backslide through the field.
Off of corner number 2, Flack's going to try the high side. Billy Deckard looking strong down low. Now Larry White, he'll close in on Flack. Flack and White both working the high line over there in turns number 3 and 4. Flack looking for the lead off the corner to the line. New leader, it's going to be Keith Flack.
Keith Flack is a driver who ran a number of races here as he works underneath a slower car. George Foley heading back to the garage area. Flack ran a number of races here in a modified on the asphalt. Won a couple of events here at Airborne. And Keith Flack running well tonight on the dirt, working the rim on the outside. He's trying to pull away out front.
So Flack with the advantage into turn number 1. Deckard trying to battle back down low, and now Larry White, former Deckard teammate, up on the high side off the number 2 turn. He'll hang with Deckard down the backstretch. Flack, meanwhile, he is starting to get some bigger traffic here as he works to the outside of Atkins. Now JF4 will right in front of Flack as he comes down to the line. Complete lap number 15.
Flack working around the outside of Corriveau as he works off the top of turn number 2. Larry White continues to work through the slower cars as well. He'll go around on the outside. White stalking in that second spot, trying to chase down Flack. Both those top 3 cars all work in the rim around the Airborne Park Speedway.
And you go back to the 4th spot. Tim Fuller doing the same. Pat Ward, though, first car working that bottom lane, rides back there in position number 5. And he's got Jimmy Phelps in tow. And Phelps, he's working that inside group with Chris Robbie right behind him. Good race between Woodruff, McLaughlin, and Steve Bernard. They're 3 wide on the back stretch.
3 wide into turn number 3. Some contact perhaps as Woodruff is the meat in a sandwich as they try to work through on the outside as well as the inside. McLaughlin moves on the inside, Bernard on the outside, and again Woodruff continues to slide back through the field.
Yes, Woodruff led the opening circuits of this one, fading a little bit here early on as right behind the battle now picks up between the 3J of Mark Johnson and the number 20 of Brett Hearn. Hearn going to work it up on the high side of the speedway, and that is the race for spot number 11 on the racetrack as they come down and race into turn number 1. Hearn's going to have the advantage as Hearn has now found the top side of the speedway as well.
Lap 19 goes up on the board. Keith Black continues to show the way. Larry White working the rim. Black went down to the inside of 1 and 2. Now he'll go back to the top of the racetrack. White has closed to about 5 car lengths as they work down the backstretch into 3 and 4. Again, a slower car to deal with. Black on the outside. Here's White diving down to the inside off turn number 4 as they race for the lead down the line.
Go side by side at the start-finish line. Larry White's going to take a look to the inside. Keith Black keeps it up, wound up tight on the top side as they work off that second corner. And right now, Black able to hold him off. White, though, comes right back at him as Billy Whitaker right in front of your leader. Now Black's got to take evasive action. He tries to shoot underneath, can't get it done for the complete lap 21.
Trying to deal with a Whitaker car. It's Black now to the outside. Whitaker down low off of turn number 2, but he's maintaining pretty good speed off the second turn. He keeps Black at bay as he's trying to put the Whitaker car down a lap. Now Black again back to the outside through turns 3 and 4. He'll put Whitaker down 1 as they work along the front stretch.
No, Black had to work for that one. He'll get by Whitaker to continue to work the high side of the speedway. Turns number 1 and 2. Billy Decker, meanwhile, he migrated back down to the bottom with the number 91. And it's going to be a ways back, nearly a straightaway back to Tim Fuller, who currently rides 4th. Pat Ward 5th. 6th right now is Jimmy Phelps. 7th, Steve Bernard. 8th, Ravi. 9th, Max McLaughlin. Right now, rounding out the top 10 will be the 7th, Emma Mike Moresco.
Keith Black continues to show the way. It's again about a 5 car length advantage on Larry White. Had a real good run that last lap off of turn number 2. He closed to about 3 car lengths. Black continues to work on the outside, right up against the wall along the front stretch. It's still a 5 car length lead for the Ravina Rocket.
So Black with the advantage. Now Larry White searching in turns 1 and 2. He'll change lanes, works it down on the inside, and tried to gain ground, but Black too strong on the top side. White, he'll follow suit through turns number 3 and 4, and Decker starting to edge closer now to your top 2 as he is down off the bottom of corner number 4.
Decker's going to have to deal with the Whitaker machine. We talked about the leaders having trouble getting around that Whitaker car, and now that's where Decker finds himself as White continues to close again. Oh, we've got a yellow out on the speedway. First time the caution flies, and that'll slow the pace with 25 laps showing complete.
Good, we've been good up the first 60, 70 laps of main events, but we've really started to fall off at the end. So Black, the Fleck Companies, Cool Directors and Riggers, car number 43, looking to get back on the throttle of the VP. Race Fuels making PowerPoint. He's there. We're green, and we are racing one more time. Larry White got a nice jump. Larry White moves to the wrong side into turn number 1 and 2. White looking for the advantage. He'll rocket around the outside. New leader. Now here comes Billy Decker as well. So Larry White and Billy Decker now looking to get by Keith Black through turns 3 and 4. As they exit the turn, it's going to be White in spot number 1 and Billy Decker there for spot number 2.
Well, Keith Black has been at his fastest on the outside of the racetrack, working the rim, and he was down low for the restart. And Larry White also been running really strong on the top of the racetrack. He was able to work the outside of the lead. Car off the pace of John Boussier. He's going to backslide all the way to the rear of the field as the leaders work off of turn number 4.
Don't look now. Jimmy Phelps now over inside the top. The 98 started in position number 12 in this one, and Jimmy Phelps now 4th as he just went by the 19 of Tim Fuller. So Phelps charging up through the Baldwinsville driver, working side by side with Tim Fuller through turns number 3 and 4. Fuller comes back at him on the outside. To the line, though, it's Phelps by
Out front, it is still Larry White in the 99, the 91 of Billy Decker. He's been trying to find a line. He's been working down low. Last couple of laps, he's gone to the top of the racetrack, trying to find a faster way around. White's been pretty consistent with his line. He's been working the rim around the outside, and he's been setting a fast time.
If there's a high side, I can tell you Larry White likes to run. We've seen him do that the last couple of weeks. Having worked in both speedways to drive the 99 Alpha Victory Lane, and right now he is keeping it up there on the top side of the speedway. He has put the Hoosier on the cushion. He drives off to turn 4. He's got about 5 car lengths into the 91 of Billy Decker. Black's still there for third all by himself, but this race for 4th is a good one. It's still Jimmy Phelps and Tim Fuller. Phelps in the middle. Fuller working up on the outside. Now
about a half an hour from the Quebec border. Bernard had a legion of fans that were with him here tonight at Airborne. They want to see that driver continue to work towards the front of the field.
And Bernard on the back bumper of Tim Fuller, racing for spot number 5 off of corner number 2. Fuller gets a great run down the backstretch. Now Bernard will dive low on him into turns 3 and 4. So Fuller works high, Bernard works low, and as they bring it off that 4th turn to the line, it's all Fuller. It's number 5 on his control.
Larry White continues to show the way. He's actually building the lead out front. Now almost half the backstretch, the advantage, and he continues to work that high side. And that's where Billy Decker has gone now too. He's going to work the outside to see if he perhaps can't chase down the 99L. But now he'll go back down low in 1 and 2. So Decker works the high side through 3 and 4, works low through 1 and 2. White consistently working the rim all around the track.
So Billy Decker is two-time feature winner here for the Sprint Car Series in 2017, trying to track down the 99L of Larry White here to complete lap number 40. So 40 in and 6 to go here at Northline Utilities 100 for the Super Car Series Big Block Modified. And it is all Larry White, at least for now. But again, the great equalizer coming up. And as they work off in turn number 4, heavy traffic in front of the leader.
Yeah, he is closing in quickly on cars that are at the back of the pack, still on the lead lap. And right now there's 3 cars in front as Greg Atkins has taken the 1 New York back to the garage area. He's working around the 96 of JF Corvo now. Corvo's going to go a lap down. Jan Boussier right in front of him. Boussier is working the high line as well. That's the line that White wants to use as he works along the front stretch.
White trying to get his way and pick his way here through traffic. Decker had to do this to get up on the top side. He'll race with more down the back straightaway. Can't get a run on him that time. So he'll work him over now as they go to turns number 3 and 4. Woodruff who works on the bottom. White works off the corner, comes down the home stretch, and works the distance with himself in second place for the Decker. But again, as the traffic gets thicker, that allows Decker to close in. And now Frank Cozy off the pace. Car number 35 and Cozy into the infield.
Yeah, there was a puff of smoke out of the Adirondack Auto 35. The Wind Gap, Pennsylvania driver Frank Cozy with trouble in 1 and 2. He's pulled his machine into the infield. Cozy likely done for the night.
Top right driver out of Wind Gap as he sits in the infield. So far, so good for Larry White. Just went by the 14 of C.G. Maury. Now he works on the back bumper of the Jan Boussier number 21 as they work on runner number 4. He's right there with him here on the front straightaway. Decker, he'll go by Maury. Now Decker has his movement to turn 1 on the bottom.
With Boussier continue to working that outside line, it forces White to go down low to make the pass. He will in 1 and 2 and finish it on the backstretch. And now he'll work past Boussier, go back up to the top of the racetrack, working off of turn number 4. He continues to maintain a comfortable lead over Billy Decker in the 91.
Yeah, Larry, every time he's gotten in traffic, he's been able to set him up just right and navigate his way by without much of a hiccup. So far, so good for the Phoenix, New York drivers who works in the 3 and 4. This time, though, he's going by the 55 with Matt Woodruff, and he'll do so on the bottom. Decker also works the bottom that time off the turn 4. Don't look down. Keith Black's trying to edge closer to your top 2 time.
Woodruff, who was the early race leader, led a number of the laps early on. He's now down a lap as Larry White back to the top in turn number 4. Decker continues to run in the 2nd spot. Keith Black running in 3rd. Each of those cars separated by about 15 car lengths on the racetrack.
And it'll be Jimmy Phelps fourth right now. Max McLaughlin into the top 5. 6th will be Tim Fuller. 7th, Brett Hearn. 8th, Steve Bernard. 9th will be Mark Johnson. And Pat Ward rounds out your top 10. 11th, Chris Raby. 12th, Mike Maresca. 13th, Jesse Mueller. 14th, and 22D of Danny Johnson. And 15th, to 8th, Colada.
And I believe that would be just about the last car on the lead lap. Actually, the last car on the lead lap is Brandon Walters, and he's about to not be on the lead lap. As here comes Larry White around Walters in the 22. He's now gone down a lap.
Walters here as we complete lap number 50. So we are halfway home, and it is all Larry White right now. Billy Decker tries to chase him down. Jimmy Phelps still riding back there in spot number 4, but his teammate Max McLaughlin, he is closing in. McLaughlin to the back bumper of Phelps now, turn 3. And now as they work off in turn number 14 cars, right together here down the line.
A good battle racing for position just behind them as well, as you've got a number of cars. Mark Johnson's looking to move with the 3J, the 54 Bernard. He's still racing for position. Brett Hearn slingshots off the top of 2. He's going to dive down to the inside of the lap car of C.G. Maury. He'll pick up, he'll move up towards the top of 3 and 4 and work along the front stretch now as Hearn tries to throw his hat in the ring.
Hearn has found something down here in turn 1 and 2. He's running a little bit different line. He's running up the bank and then driving and catching the moisture off the corner, and he is quickly pulled away from the 19 of Tim Fuller. Jimmy Phelps, he is on the backside of Black now, and now underneath him, what's the number 6'8" to Max McLaughlin. So this is
backstretch lead now over Billy Decker. He is really pulling away. At one point it was about 15 car lengths. Now it's just about the entire backstretch, and White has been smooth around the track. He hasn't had to deal with any lap traffic the last 5 to 10 laps around the Speedway, and he continues to hit his marks, and he is running a real solid race.
Yeah, so Larry White edging away now from the 91 of Billy Decker. Rides back there in position number 2. He's got a couple of lap cars around him. And then it's a ways back here to that race for third, and Max McLaughlin looks to take it away on the backstretch. So McLaughlin to the inside of Keith Black. Black, though, he'll tiptoe up on the top side. They're trying to get a run back around McLaughlin, but off of corner number 4. McLaughlin, Black has him by a nose at the line.
That is the best battle on the racetrack. Flack trying to hold on to the show spot, but McLaughlin running strong down on the inside line. So we're seeing the contrast now. You got one driver, McLaughlin, working the inside of the track, and Flack, who's been working the rim all night long. Advantage McLaughlin, as it looks like the 43 of Flack might get bogged down behind Boussier at the line, just about dead even. Still racing for that third spot, but now McLaughlin with the advantage of 1 and 2. He'll take third away from Flack.
Mad Max on the charge. He'll take over the spot now. Jimmy Phelps. Phelps there watching Flack. He'll see what he's going to do. Flack's now migrates down to the bottom of the Speedway. Jimmy Phelps follows him. And lurking back there right behind this race number 4, 5, 4 and 5. That is the number 3 of Brett Hearn. Hearn has fought this battle. He's about a half straightaway behind this race, and now he is closing in. Jimmy Phelps now finally gets one. He pulls to the inside of Flack.
Well, you mentioned about 10 laps ago now that it looked like Brett Hearn had found something in 1 and 2, and he has really been gaining track position, closing in on these cars that have been running in the top 5. Hearn is just outside the top 5. Flack is starting to backslide now with his number 43 machine, and Hearn is right on his back bumper.
Yeah, Flack talked about it. They have struggled late in races here so far in 2017, and right now starting to lose the handle on that number 43 as Brett Hearn shoots by him here coming down the front straightaway. So Hearn will finish the pass now in turn number 2 and drive away from Flack. That'll put Flack back in position number 6 as he'll also have the 19 of Tim Mueller starting to close in on him. But all the while, all by himself out in front, it is all the 99L of Larry White.
Yeah, Larry White just put C.G. Morey down a lap, as well as the Dr. Danny Johnson. He goes down a lap as White continues to run smooth around the racetrack. It's still a full front stretch advantage over the 91 of Billy Decker. Then a pretty big gap back to the 6 of McLaughlin. McLaughlin actually more than the front stretch behind the 91 of Decker, who's running in that second spot.
We'll see if McLaughlin or anybody else does anything to catch that race second. Just Billy Decker right now all by himself. McLaughlin is pulled away from his teammate Jimmy Phelps. And now Brett Hearn, he's mired in some traffic here. And here comes Tim Fuller. Fuller there for spot number 6, battling with Keith Flack. Flack on the outside. And Tim Fuller's going to dive low. Fuller really on the binders, getting into turn 1, trying to catch that moisture that's available way down at the bottom of the Speedway.
And Hearn continues to work around the track, trying to make his way to the front. Smoke coming out of the back of the JF Corvo, number 96. He works his way up into 1 and 2, but again, smoke billowing out of the back of that machine as he powers down the backstretch. Could be trouble for the 96, who's down at least 1 lap.
Keep an eye on Corvo as he continues to shoot smoke out of the backside of that car, and he is remarkably off the pace here coming down the front stretch as Billy Whitaker just went by, and indeed heading up into turn number 1. Corvo off the pace, but Dave Barney keeping an eye on it, and it looks like we're going to stay green, so racing action continues. Larry White half the front of the field, and he just came across the line to complete lap number 66.
Yeah, he just put Jesse Mueller, a regular runner here at Airborne in the 358 division. He just put Mueller down a lap. The young driver out of Olmstedville, New York. White back to the top of the racetrack. A couple of cars that are still on the lead lap. Maresca in the 7 and the 01 of Chris Raby, the Alexandria, Ontario native. He is the current point leader here at Airborne in the dirt car modified 358 ranks. Those 2 cars would be the next 2 machines running in front of White that are in danger of going a lap down.
Give me an idea of how good of a lead Larry White has. That battle between Raby and Maresca, that is for spot number 11. Larry White closing in on lapping inside the top 10 as Maresca and Raby are side by side off of turn number 2. White's in tow down the backstretch. And right now he's got to pick which guy's faster. And literally in front of him, look at this battle in traffic. You've got Flack, Pat Ford, Steve Bernard, and the 21 of Boussier right together. And Ford cannot find a way around the 543.
White has worked past the Maresca 7. Next in line is Raby in the 01, and he just powers to the inside of Raby down the backstretch. He'll put him down a lap as Larry White continues to just work his way smoothly around the racetrack, setting cars up precisely. He's really doing a fine job running at Airborne for the first time in his career, and it looks like he's been running here a long time as he has been really smooth around the Big A.
All Larry White here in the 99
has about an 8 car length advantage right now over Hearn. And we see a contrast again. Phelps really digging down low in 1 and 2. Hearn goes to the top of 1 and 2 and then sets sail down the backstretch, trying to get some power off of 2, and he is using that line to close in on Phelps and try to gain that position.
Looking towards lap number 75, so the three-quarter mark here of this main event for the Super Car Series Big Block Modified by Qualifier Utilities. And it is Larry White's show here so far in car number 99L as he works it along the backstretch. Billy Decker back in second. Max McLaughlin, Jimmy Phelps, that's your top 4. Brandon fifth, sixth, seventh, Mark Johnson, eighth will be Pat Ford, ninth is Steve Black, Steve Bernard, to round out your top 10, and that's it. Those are the cars that remain on the lead lap here in our main event.
Yeah, and Black, who ran well the first half of this race, has actually been sliding back to the point where he is the next car in line now that will go a lap down, and Larry White is starting to close in quickly on the back of the 43 machine. Black to the inside of turn number 1. White follows him along that line as they work off of turn number 2. Now he'll power off of 2, and that's where Larry is just so much better than everybody else on the racetrack. He powers the inside off of turn number 2, passes Keith Black, and he'll put Black down a lap.
Yeah, off of turn number 4, Black's been at launch. Larry White on the bottom. He's been at turn number 1 and worked that bottom groove, and now White really pushes the issue. He's trying to get under the 54 Bernard, and White off the track into the infield. So Larry White came together with Steve Bernard, or did his best not to, and as a result, he got over the cushion on the bottom of the racetrack. There's a little hump down there. White went into the infield, but it's not enough to affect much, as Billy Decker far enough behind that White still stays top and front.
Now White got a big piece of the berm that's to the inside of turns 1 and 2 as he was trying to move to the inside of the 54 of Bernard, and as he was doing so, Bernard just came down, took that line away, and Larry White had to go basically across and jump the berm. He ended up going into the infield, back out on track, but as you said, when you're dealing with such a sizable advantage out front, you can continue to make that mistake, or you can make that mistake and still come back out on track and have the comfortable lead that White still has.
Yeah, still about 3/4 of the straightaway back to the 91 of Billy Decker. He'll pound the 50. As he's dealing with the same heavy traffic, he'll go around the 1 of Chris Raby. And then it's nearly a half track back now. The 6H of Max McLaughlin and the number 98H of Jimmy Phelps and the 20 of Brett Hearn. And those three drivers putting relatively close together here for spots number 3, 4, and 5.
Well, Larry White working through turn number 4. Now again, he's got the black car behind him. Keith had worked his way back onto the lead lap when White had trouble with that berm over in turns 1 and 2 dealing with the Bernard car, but now Black back down a lap, and Bernard will be the next car in line. Steve Bernard in the 54, the Quebec driver, working off the top of turn number 4. Larry White closing in on him. Again, he had trouble last time negotiating the 54. We'll see if he can deal with the slower car better this time as he closes back in on the Bernard 54.
Bernard seems to be running a little bit different line now up there on the top side of the Speedway. So that opens the lane down low for Larry White. White, we've seen his preferred lane kind of be the top, but when he's gotten the traffic, he's been making the bottom go. He's been very good down there on the inside. As he works into turns 1 and 2, he works the bottom lane. Bernard still working around the high side. Billy Decker has yet to give up on that top lane. Once he went up there, he has been glued to that top groove, and now he'll work the backstretch to turn number 8 as well. Meanwhile, Max McLaughlin and Jimmy Phelps, they're working the bottom of Brett Hearn on the top side as he rides spot number 5.
I think you really hit on something, Larry White. You talked about how he made a lot of ground up in the early going on the top of the racetrack, but we've seen him work past cars very smoothly down low. That car has been set up extremely well. It works high, it works low, and he is working it on his way at what it looks like a victory, as White has just put lap 85 up on the board, 15 laps remaining for the 99L.
So all Larry White here at Airborne Park Speedway. And first visit here by the Super Car Series Big Block Modified. 3 wide now. White goes in traffic. He'll go by Scalata and the 54 of Steve Bernard. So that'll fix that real quick, fast and in a hurry over in turn 3 and 4. Now he'll pull away from Bernard down the back straightaway. So about Carling's on Bernard. Decker still riding in spot number 2. He's been able to kind of inch closer, but nothing of significance. It's all Larry White out in front.
Yeah, he closes in when White is bogged down with some slower lap traffic, but as soon as he gets back into running room on the track, Larry is able to pull away, and Decker trying to work his way through 1 and 2. Lost a couple of car lengths that time as he had to tiptoe through 1 and 2, and it's still about almost a full front stretch advantage for Larry White.
Decker trying to work the bottom of turn 1 and 2, 3 and 4. He went right back up to the top side. 1 and 2 is slow it down, and now he goes right to the outside. So Decker, he tried it one time, then he gave up on it. Said, no, that's not for me. As he tries again, he is searching. You got to give the veteran
6 of Max McLaughlin, and he is, again, it's been a blistering pace, and he has not fallen off that much over the course of the event. It bounces, again, getting a piece of the berm over on the inside of 1 and 2, but he's able to get back up on track as he's got 2 cars running wheel to wheel right in front of him as they work through turn number 4. He'll follow and try to pick the lane down the front stretch. Ward in the 42 and the 3 of Johnson, both cars running wheel to wheel right in front of the leader.
So we've got a battle going on for 4th. That's behind McLaughlin, who's solidly in spot number 3 as Brett Hearn just goes around the outside of Phelps. But Phelps comes back to Hearn's back bumper into turn number 1. Phelps digging down low on the bottom, and he is close to having his shooter down in the infield on the left rear of that car as he found some bite on the inside of the Speedway. He'll drive back by Brett Hearn. Hearn, though, follows suit off at turn number 4, and don't Jimmy Phelps goes on spot number 4 as they're looking to get by the 22 of Danny Johnson.
Meanwhile, the leader continues to deal with the lap traffic. He's got Pat Ward still running right in front. And really, you think about it, 93 laps complete, he doesn't have to press the issue. He's got such a sizable lead. Ward's lap times aren't that far off. He can really just follow along behind his teammate for a number of laps. It's going to get him the checkered flag, and he'll be well on his way to the win.
Well, that's not Larry. Come on now. Larry closing in on Pat Ward into turn number 1. He just went right to the bottom. Now he'll try the middle off the exit in turn number 2, and he can stay right with Pat Ward. So let's see if White goes to the outside, side by side, into turn number 3 as he looks to put a lap on Ward. Ward's running in spot number 7, and he just drove by him on the outside. So Larry White now has left everybody but the top 6 cars on the racetrack.
Less than 5 laps remaining. It has been a dominating performance. After taking the lead of the midway stages of the race, it has just been a dominating run for the 99L of Lightning Larry White. As he works off of turn number 4, he's got a clean track out in front. There'll be a number of laps before he again runs on the back of lap traffic, and he just continues to work extremely well around the racetrack. Down the backstretch, although look out, we got trouble for Billy Decker. He's into the infield. The second place runner is off the pace.
So Billy Decker problems with car number 91, and he was solidly in the second spot all by himself, and now he'll roll and stop in the infield with 97 laps showing complete here in this main event, the Northline Utilities 100. And now problems for Brett Hearn as well.
He's off the top of 2.
Hearn over the bank in turn number 2, and we're going to have 2 laps to go as Brett Hearn slows on the top side, and Hearn slows on the back straightaway, and we're going to need caution in this one, and yellow lights will come on. Talk about things changing up.
We were down to what, 7?
Throttle here at the VP Race Fuels making PowerPoint. Max McLaughlin, he is literally pushing Larry White. He is on the back bumper. Here we go. Green lights come back on. Green flag is displayed, and we are racing one more time. Field works into turns number 1 and 2, and White's got the advantage, but Max McLaughlin hung with him, but McLaughlin bobbles off of corner number 2. That allows White to pull away by 2, making 3 car lengths down through turns 3 and 4.
Here comes the field off of turn number 4. Popsicle sticks are out. 2 laps to go for Larry White as he powers into 1 and 2, pulling away from McLaughlin. McLaughlin now, again, a little bit of a bobble in 2. Hangs on to that second spot, though, as he's got about 3 car lengths between himself and the third place car as they work through turns 3 and 4. White flag is out for Larry White.
This is it. Final time here at Airborne Park for Larry White. Into turns 1 and 2. White protecting the bottom. Working that position down low. Working it down the back straightaway. Into corners number 3 and 4. Larry White looking to get back to victory lane here with the Super Dirt Car Series off of turn 4. It's going to be Larry White winning the Northline Utilities 100. Max McLaughlin second. Brett Hearn comes home in third. Jimmy Phelps will be fourth. And then I believe it will be the 19 of Tim Fuller completing the top 5. So waiting for him to climb out of the car. Steering wheel coming off. As he gets ready to climb out. John Baumus there. Handing him the Super Dirt Car Series hat here. His Dig Safely New York hat as well. Checker flags there. Ladies and gentlemen, how about you put your hands together for your Super Dirt Car Series feature winner, the 99L of Larry White. We'll get him around here, grab a word with him. Congratulations from Mom and Dad, his wife as well, crew down here. Well, my man, congratulations. I got to tell you, it's been a while since I've seen you that happy. This one's got to feel pretty good.
Oh, definitely. After everything we've been going through, trying to get this backup car up to where our primary car was, it was a big thrash by Scott to get it ready. And, we were struggled a little bit at the beginning of the night, just figuring out a couple bugs with it. But by the end of the night, we got her dialed in.
Let's go through that race. Obviously, you got to the lead early, and you were motoring right on the top side of this place. And, I mean, everybody knows if there's a cushion, that's where you're going to be.
Yeah, usually this place kind of race like Utica Rome around the top, and I flirted with the edge there enough to know where you can get it and where you can't.
Talk about late in the race, 3 laps to go, caution comes out, and what goes through your mind there as you got those guys banging? I think Max pushed you through turns 3 and 4 to get you going.
Yeah, I was trying to slow him down. Hopefully he'd stumble on that start and give me a little bit of a jump, but I was just hoping that my right rear didn't seal over on me, and I figured Max was doing everything but saving his right rear, so I was hoping that he wouldn't roll the bottom, and everything just worked out right.
Larry, who do you got to thank tonight?
I thank my wife, Brooke, and my mom, my dad, and Scott Jeffrey, Rob Heil, Jake Petrovich. Everyone is thrown at this thing. It's just been a whole team effort this year, and it's really turned out awesome. FX Cabrera coming on. We finally got them a series win this year, being on the 99 car. Everybody at Gypsum Express, Gypsum Wholesalers, Big Red Towing, Napa Auto Parts, Tracy Road Equipment, Stadium International, Penske Shocks, Bicknell Race Cars, LJL Kevlar Engines, PAX Suspension Springs, and everyone else has just helped out, and it's been an amazing feat.
Larry, my man, congratulations. Ladies and gentlemen, give him a hand one more time. Your Super Dirt Car Series feature winner, driver of the 99L, Larry White.